Guys, it's Friday. We're feeling good. We got the Rugby World Cup final coming up tomorrow. I don't even know if some of you know what the Rugby World Cup final is, but let us know if you know anything about rugby. It's a massive game for us South Africans and the New Zealand fans out there. So let us know if you know anything about rugby, guys. I know we got some Alaskans here. We got people from all over the world, so I'll forgive you if you don't know what it's about. We are looking at Banter bubbles on the 1 hour here, and we've seen a lot of these altcoins actually bounce off these 382s that we were looking at yesterday. We were looking at 382 support zones on these altcoins, and now they've held and they've started bouncing. This is the 1 hour, and it's looking a little bit sad because BTC is turning over a little bit on the 15 minutes. So we're going to get into that very quickly. And then I've also got some stock news for you. I'm long and strong on the S&P 500. I'm going to share that information with you again just now. So let's get into it, guys. I do have some comments here. Chris says he played rugby, so Chris at least knows a little bit about rugby, guys. Let us know, the rugby fans out there, is it going to be South Africa or is it going to be New Zealand tomorrow? It's a massive game for us. We can't wait. But what is also very interesting to us right now is, are we going to have fun this weekend? And I've basically drawn a weekend fun line on BTC. This is the BTC 15 minutes. And this is basically going to decide if we have more fun this weekend or less fun, because I'm telling you now, if this trend breaks this weekend, I think people are going to climb in, and these altcoins that have been consolidating on these support levels are going to start ripping. So we're very excited and we're watching this very closely, guys. There is a poll running as well in the chats. We need to know if you guys are playing this weekend fun line with us, so let us know. Bruce is going to take notes there on the poll, and he's going to fill us in. I need to know, are you long and strong, or are we sending this thing to zero for the weekend? Dawn is here. She loves the Bokke. That's the South African rugby team. Yeah, there's a lot of rugby fans here, guys. Good to have you here. Okay, enough about rugby. Let's look at Banter bubbles again, because don't forget, guys, there's this competition where you can win half a BTC. I just need to find the BTC token here. Let's look for it, Jim. There it is over there. So all you need to do, guys, you need to be on one of our Banter links. If you're not on a Banter link, grab some in the description on this video. You need to have CoinW, BitGet, or Bybit, any of those. If you have one of those Banter links or sign up to one of them in the description, then you can guess the price of BTC. If you take the right amount of trades, I think it was 10 trades before January, you stand a chance to win a full BTC. So you can win half a BTC if you register, and it's another half if you actually take 10 trades and guess the price correctly. So you're going to hit this ready button and you're going to predict your price in here, whatever that might be, and you can get it to the exact cent. So you don't have to be on the dollars. You can see this thing is flying over here. Look at the engagement they're getting. All these people guessing the prices. I mean, there's some big numbers here. 52,340. Well, clearly that guy 𝗕𝗏𝗕𝗏𝗕𝗏𝗕𝗏𝗕 is a bull. There's a couple of bears I see. There were a couple of numbers I actually saw in the 20s the other day. There's one 21,888. So a little bit, it looks more bullish than bearish, let's be honest. Okay, guys, let's get into this BTC situation again. So, right, we're going to track this trend right now. We saw the PCE data came out in the States. It wasn't too bad. The S&P seems to be okay. We've had good results from Amazon. That's gapped up. Maybe that's going to help the market a little bit. I see Apple is also bouncing a little bit, so we're going to take a look at that. Right now, today, we are tracking this support for BTC. So let's see, if we start dipping down, we're going to have our eyes on BTC dominance as well. We want to see if that dominance is sort of dropping a little bit while the price is dropping, then we know these alts are going to be okay. So we're looking for that on the downside. Don't really want to see more than that. On the upside, we're looking at something like this. Look for a rejection over here if we do break this trend. Then we want some support, and then we want to send BTC on its way a little bit this weekend, and then unleash the fury in some of these alts that we've been waiting for. Let's take a look at the S&P. So we've got a minor bounce on the S&P. It's basically at its last legs for my exit point. My exit point is under yesterday's candle. So let's say 4120 and lower, I'm going to be jumping out. But what is giving me a little bit of an indication that we might get a reversal here? We've got Google which is 𝗕𝗵𝗿𝗆, the ticker, which is one of the biggest companies on the S&P 500. That is slightly bouncing here a little bit in the zone. And then we've also got Amazon, which has gapped up on the news. Look at the size of this gap here. It's just blown up today. So off the 200-day MA, guys, note that one. You see how this plays in crypto. It plays everywhere, this 200-day MA. Nice big gap up here for Amazon. So maybe that's going to change sentiment a bit, and maybe we're going to get a move up on the S&P. And also, you know, tech stocks, maybe they help a little bit for the crypto sentiment as well. So let's see how that plays out. DYDX, guys, as you know, we did push higher on the DYDX, so it did put things under pressure, and now seems to have rejected a little bit for now. So we'll watch this, but we do have this trend here. So essentially, DYDX is just retesting this trend and might want to go a little bit higher. So let's just keep our eyes on that. Ideally, we want to see it go down. And yeah, let's get stuck into some of these altcoins. The first one I wanted to show you was DYDX. We played this patiently. Look how this thing consolidated for I mean, this was a couple of days now, probably 4 days. So it broke out of that old resistance. It came back and it tested this 382. And I'm going to show you this across the board. We've had these 382 retests on so many of these altcoins. And, you know, that it's doing its job. It's doing its work. It's our bullish pullback indicator that we like. And we had it tied in on horizontals with the 382. And they held. And now things like DYDX have started ripping. So my target for DYDX, guys, if it does make its full move here, we're looking at 2.77. That is my main target. And again, guys, the buys were when we were fearful yesterday, when we were uncomfortable, when they were dumping things into us. That was the buy time when we were getting those pullbacks. Let's take a look at KAVA, another example. This is just hanging on to the 382 and this 50-day MA. Guys, let me know in the chat, does anyone actually trade KAVA? Am I wasting my time giving you guys things like KAVA, or should we just get straight into what you guys want to see? I just always like to watch KAVA because it's been very rewarding in the past. But you can see here, guys, 382 pullback, 50-day MA. So I'm loving this area. So BTC is right now dumping. It's looking quite sad, but these alts seem to be holding these levels right now. So if we get that BTC reversal, I think we're going to get a nice move on some of these altcoins. So again, 382 50-day MA is support here for KAVA at around about 0.62. And guys, let's play our TP safe. If we get a nice weekend move, you really want to just play it safe with your TPs. And you want to just go level by level. So what I'd suggest here for KAVA, if we get the push up at 658 is your first TP zone, and then your next TP zone is, call it 0.69. So that's a nice area there for me. DC wants Link. I see, yeah, Link's been doing well, Sol's been doing well, 𝗕𝗫𝗕𝗄 has been pumping, and Render has been pumping today. So those are looking good. We're going to deal with those as well. Some more 382 bounces for you guys. 𝗕𝗫𝗄𝗰, look at that. Pumped up, pulled back, perfect bounce off this 382. And now we are holding this region. And we're going to see how we go. You know, we're going to keep our eyes on BTC. If we do have another visit down to the 382, it might tie in with BTC dropping into that support I showed you guys just now on those 15-minute candles. And let's see if we get that spring for 𝗕𝗫𝗄𝗰. But right now, I like 𝗕𝗫𝗄𝗃, and the target for 𝗕𝗃 for me is 1.5. And then 1.63. That's if we get this nice move on the weekend. Guys, if the move fails and BTC starts sending us lower, we're going to lose these 382s and these alts. And then we start looking at other levels, and we start exiting these 382 support areas, and we look for bounces lower down. So that's why I'm always marking these two areas on these coins for you guys, so you can see my preferred bounce areas. Okay, so generally, you don't really want to be around while it bleeds out in something like that. It can put you under pressure, especially the leverage traders. So, you know, if you lose your levels, best sometimes just to cut or lower your risk, and then wait for the lower region for the bounce. 𝗕𝗵𝗿 also doing its job. 382 right now, it's happening right now. There has been a lot more selling on 𝗕𝗵𝗿. It has been looking a bit weaker today, but we are moving into the 382. So this is a notable area. 382 to watch. Horizontals in play. As far as the MAs go, there's a whole cluster down here, guys. So there's a big cluster here at the 618 and the 50 days. So maybe just be a bit careful with 𝗕𝗵𝗿 here. It looks like it might want to come down to the 200-day, 50-day, and 100-day MA, which are all hanging out together with the 618. So maybe a tentative long here. If BTC starts moving up, this could be a tentative area. But the big banger here for me on 𝗕𝗵𝗿 is the 66 region, a little bit lower down. I see Rodolfo is talking about Lux Algo. Guys, there's lots of Lux Algo action going on. I'm going to show you some things shortly. VECHAIN as well, another one. Sheldon and I, we've been laughing so much. We're literally dusting off these old tokens. We're pulling them out of an old shoebox out the back of the closet here. And here's VET again, coming to the party. 382 bounce for us on the 200-day MA. So again, this is a good support zone and a nice moving BTC from anywhere in these current BTC areas. I'm going to look for VET to push up to the 0.02 region. And this could happen, within the next 48 hours, give or take, if we get a nice favorable Bitcoin move. If things start falling over, guys, there is a bit of a gap lower down. So you just need to manage your risk. You can see these candles. They've been buying up these candles here under this 382, and you can see there's a clear support area. So look out for the little test wick lower down, perhaps to just flush out some of the longs and some of the stops, and then the move up. But if we lose that area, guys, 0.01736 is my next target. Another old one, another old dog, FILCOIN. Also coming alive again. We got the 382, we got the 100-day MA, and we've got support. So the picture I'm trying to create for you guys is, and it's a lot to do with a lot of the alts that you're probably watching as well. It's the same principle. I'm pulling fibs from these moves lower down. There's fibs you can pull from 11th of September, and you can pull fibs from, I think it was the 18th of September lows, and you can see how these tie in with your horizontals and your MA. So put it on your charts and see how that's fitting in. Tie it in with BTC and where BTC is sitting, and you're going to see these things turn out so nicely the way they work together sometimes. So right now for me, FILCOIN 100-day MA 382 horizontal, it's looking interesting here. So if we get that BTC move, I would expect FILCOIN to push higher. Target wise, well, the first area I would watch is just under 4, and you can see why this is an interesting target for me. We got the 200-day coming through here, and we've got this horizontal area. So that's a hot zone for me for FILCOIN. If we get up there, it's a TP area. Maybe leave something in the tank if it does go higher. And remember, guys, the support here, 100-day MA and the 382, and you can see these candles on the daily. These are daily support candles. So if we lose that, we're most likely looking at lower levels. So just manage your risk carefully. They can play many games with us on the weekend. So just keep your eyes on things. GRT is another good one, guys. GRT and Fetch, they've actually been going very nicely. If we zoom out a little bit, you can see what's going on with GRT. We've got a nice trend break on the 12-hour, and right now it is mid-range. We did get this 382 test the other day. They came back, tested the 382 over here and horizontal, and we did get our bounce. Right now, I wouldn't, as far as this time frame is concerned, I wouldn't enter here. It's too sort of high above. I'd wait for a move lower into that region and then that push higher. And again, guys, 50-day MA bringing up the rear here with the 618 and the horizontal lower down at 0.087. I got Arvin asking for AVAX. Someone's asking for Bonkcoin. Yes, some of these memes are still going. We've got WildCoin, Wild asking for Engen. And Matt says bring the PAMP. Correct. Let's bring the PAMP, bro. We need a nice green weekend. It's got to tie in with the rugby. It's very important that we get that. Guys, here's some more updates for you. I've got tons of these, but I want to get into yours as well. Dean of DeFi is looking for TRB. That thing's going parabolic. We got to actually see if we can get one more entry for that final push up on TRB. And guys, I've also got Bruce here. He's waiting in the wings. He's got a couple of setups as well. So I'm quite excited to hear from what Bruce has to say. Let's just carry on with the Atom and Theta. So guys, Sheldon and I and the Sniper team have created a signal section in the Banter Discord. So now you can go to the Banter Discord. We have a separate signals area where we are giving you entry ideas. We're giving you stop losses. We're giving you targets and things like that. At the moment, we've dropped a few spot trades in there that are interesting to us on the back of BTC still being bullish and pushing on. So Theta was one of them. And just to take you through it, 382 support, no surprises here. And then lower down, we've got a second buy zone on Theta with the 50-day MA and the 618. So we are basically looking at these tokens and saying, look, BTC is looking bullish. We may get a pullback still, but if we don't get a pullback, we don't want to not be in these positions. So we were saying 50% buyers on these 382s and then another 50% on the 0.6. These are for the spot traders and the longer term sort of plays. And we're looking then for these higher targets. And then we've done the same on Atom for you. And, that's basically our thesis or our theory behind this next BTC move. And that's what we want to see play out. If we don't, and these levels start losing and we actually go lower, well, things are looking messy out there for the alts. And, one thing it does, it stops you out, but it gives you better opportunity lower down for the next push up. So always, guys, always manage your risk. But we've done a nice little explanation there in the Discord. We explain our thinking for you, and it might help you guys sort of educationally to understand how we go about planning a position. Okay, Stevie J says the Dixie is dumping. Yes, I like it. Michael wants to see Doge. We've got Doge. We're going to do Pepe as well. Let's get Bruce in here urgently. It's the morning for Bruce. How's it, Bruce?
Good morning, everybody. How's it going, Dylan?
Do you know what rugby is, Bruce?
The only thing I know about rugby is it takes leather balls.
I don't even know if they use leather anymore.
That comes from a movie somewhere, and that's the only reference I have to rugby.
It's probably an old one. Okay, so what's our poll looking like there, Bruce?
Well, our poll is actually really interesting. We've got a very optimistic crew. 78% of you are saying, yes, I am long and strong. And only 22% of you say, I'm not going to say send it to zero, but say take a break.
Send it to zero. I mean, that's what we do, right? If we Okay, guys, I'm loving the optimism. Look, I mean, I'm hearing calls for 45K for BTC. I'm looking at the bullishness out there on Banter bubbles. I mean, the guys are definitely excited about things. I mean, just today, even you can see some of these altcoins are pumping, and NEO is going again. I mean, didn't we dust this NEO off as well?
It's funny because for the first time in a long time, I'm actually marking all-time highs on some of my charts. It's been years since I've said, this is potentially ATH. And so it's really cool.
Okay, we're getting a couple of alarms here. I see we got a request for NEO as well. So let's, NEO's been ripping today. It's been a good performer. Look at this. NEO's pushed straight into resistance here on the 12-hour, but it's been a great mover in the last 2-3 hours. NEO has given us a bit of a surprise move. I wasn't really expecting NEO to come out of the gates like that, but it gave us 6%, guys, straight into resistance areas. And again, this is so important that you mark these areas on your charts so you know exactly where you want to TP, because look what NEO did. It punched into resistance and it rejected. Okay, and this is why we go level by level. We look for our TP areas and we play the strong supports, we play the strong resistance zones. This is just a perfect example of a level by level move here for NEO. Rob says NEO conference is coming up, guys. Yes, so it's always a fun trade leading into Solana conference, which is now in the next few days, and NEO coming up. So it could be longs in play here. Bruce, what special tokens do you have here for us?
Bring me up on neck and duck.
What do you have? I want to ask the crowd what they want to hear first. Well, what do you have for us?
People are asking for Engine, Cardano, ARC, and PYR. And things have gone so far. ICP too.
What are you trading?
Right now, I am working on setups on. You're not going to believe this. I mean, don't be too surprised, but I'm working on TOMO. I'm working on 𝗬𝗨, TRB, 𝗪𝗏, and Solana. Okay,
I think we have to do this TRB because this thing's going absolutely parabolic, and I'm thinking there's maybe one more move here. And then I see our local bear, Luba, is here. The bear, she likes shorting. My short target for Sol is still about 38, 39. So I'm gonna set that one up for you guys as well. Bruce, let's get TRB out. I'm gonna pull your chart up here. Kradsky says the Tomo King is in the house. So
right. So this was pretty classic, right? It's been in a really nice, consistent move. It took a really good pump over the last couple of days. It's coming back right now to the 382. If the market stays bullish, I wouldn't be surprised to have a setup that popped right off the 382 right about there. Kind of follow that trend line down, watch it come tag it. It's getting close. It's wicked into it once already. It actually did wick immediately after it pumped up. There was a huge reaction to wick it down to the 618. If the market kind of tames down over the weekend, don't be depressed with it, because a great entrance for this really would be if price did come all the way down to the 618 / intersection of the trend line there and that horizontal support area. That to me would be a really, really strong entry. This would be cool, but a little riskier. But boy, right over here, you got 3 out of 4 of my criteria, and I suspect we're going to jump. And FYI, we're in nosebleed section, so where this thing is going to stop, no one knows.
Yeah. I mean, it's parabolic. It's like this ridiculous curve going up, especially on the daily.
I mean, how long has it been, Dylan, since we've seen parabolic moves on charts?
No,
really?
Yeah, it's been forever. It's been forever. Okay, so guys, again, pull out your trend lines when things are super bullish like this. The only way to catch your entries is the way Bruce is doing it here. You got to dial into this lower time frame stuff. You got to, I mean, you could really dial in on this stuff. Wait for the trend breaks. It's classic trend break stuff, you know, when things are bullish. It's just, it's not the normal slow moving range stuff. You got to be ready to fire.
And don't FOMO. Whatever you do, please, just if you see it pumping, don't go chase it. Things that go up will come settle down, take a break, and that's your chance to snipe an entry there at a good solid.
I must say from my experience, when these things are parabolic, if I don't get the perfect entry, I just step away, because the swings are so brutal that you just get stopped out, and like it's crazy. You get 5-10% moves in like one candle, and you know you don't get the perfect entry, guys. Just be careful.
Very excited by that one.
What else you got there for us? Yes, please. I think everyone's waiting. Wait, hold on before you open TOMO, guys.
Okay.
We selling TOMO for likes.
Okay. Well,
and guys, it's very important. We need Banter Plus subscribers. I keep forgetting to say, if you want to get notifications on this channel, you need to subscribe to the channel. Okay, so please subscribe. Run wants us to subscribe. Get everyone subscribed. We're trying to build this up for you guys so that you get notifications, because remember, we might be jumping to the main channel as well, so you're going to need to know when we're coming on, and we might not always be here at the same time every day. So you need to be subscribed. I've got Wild, I've got Engine for you. It's ready when Bruce is done.
Okay, so I got a smiley face up there, because guess what? Talking about ATH all-time highs, excuse me, is my other favorite puppy, 𝗬𝗨. Again, another parabolic run, and this one is coming back to retest a very solid level. So you can look at, one of the ways you can tell a level is solid is that when it moves through it, it moves very strongly through it. So I'm really looking at this thing, retracing right. It's at the 382 now. I'm going to let it breathe a little bit more, but right over there, right at that same level that it broke through over there. I'm hoping that the thing basically comes back, settles in, maybe wicks around for a little bit, and then a pump from there is going to probably, if it creates a new higher high, will be another all-time high for it. So that last move, FYI, that last move that brought it to there was a mere 48%. So again, this is the time to be a sniper. Don't rush. Don't FOMO. Let this thing come into exactly into your zone, which I'm thinking is probably not far from here, but probably at about 0.2165-ish is when I'll start building a position on it. And I think this one might very well be off to the races, assuming that Bitcoin is behaving. Right now, the whole market's taking a break. You can see everything on the sides kind of turning red right there, which means it's coming down, which to me is awesome, right? Come to Papa.
We're seeing a lot of this, eh? We're seeing a lot of these trends just waiting for this move, guys. So just be patient. And remember, I mean, when we get to these trends, we normally, it becomes decision time. And if it's tying in with horizontals and things like that, it gives you an opportunity to get what you want out of it. And then remember, we start losing trends, that's a different story. Then you start looking to cut. But as far as we go, we play this trend game, especially when things are super bullish. And it's perfectly normal to have these pullbacks onto trends and support. And it's perfectly normal to bounce with them. And if it doesn't, guys, that's why we use stop losses.
Yep, exactly. And if you get stopped out here and it retraces down to the 618, all that means is that you get stopped off for a small amount, right? 1 or 2% over here, and then it comes down 50%, and then on the way back up, hold on, let me do it the right way, comes back to the 618. So you lose 1 or 2% and gain 17, right? As a trader, that's a net gain of 13 and 15%, depending on how you set it up. So getting stopped out, if you do it right and you pay attention, creates a better setup than you had before and creates a bigger win.
Nice. Okay, I've got a couple of requests here. ENJ and RUNE. I'm building up here for you guys.
Wild ones, ENJ for sure, yeah.
Okay, and then yeah, Phantom is looking strong according to Mohammed. Yes, so we've seen Near looking decent. I think AVAX was looking okay. Phantom could be looking good. I'm working on RUNE here. It's still looking. Look, RUNE has broken a nice high. Let me show you guys what's going on with RUNE. But I'm still getting these bearish feels from it. But it doesn't necessarily mean, you know, because some kind of bearish pattern potentially playing out, doesn't mean it's going to happen. Let's see what 𝗕𝗏𝗃 is telling us on the 4-hour. Okay, so 𝗕𝗏𝗃 is still screaming at us. It's still telling us that there's a reversal coming here for RUNE, but it doesn't mean we can't get one more push. So let's just look at these areas again closely on RUNE. Okay, so it's printed. This is the 4-hour on 𝗕𝗏𝗃. It's printed another long over here. This was off this 382 bounce. Printed the long. It's now given us our first X. So in saying that, the previous long that it printed, it gave us 2 X's. So if we get, I would say, let's look for one more X on RUNE, and that could potentially signify that final push up. And I mean, we do have an upside target here on RUNE of a 2.8 to 3 level if things really get aggressive with it. So eyes on that. But as far as 𝗕𝗏𝗃 is concerned, it's saying, look, we are in the band. We are at our first tick or our first X. So start exercising caution. And what I see here is a rejection so far off this trend. So that's the bearish play. The bulls are saying, well, we've broken through this previous high. And now, believe it or not, we have support. Okay, so this is now the play for the bulls. They just want to hold 2.25. If we're holding 2.25 for RUNE, then I think it's on that final push up. So guys, there is something for everybody here. Whichever bias you may have, I think the safest play to do it is look for your levels, look for your areas. If you do get these support bars at 2.2, 2.3 for RUNE, then we should be on for this push up to 2.7, 2.8, that sort of region. Let's do ENJ. This thing was brutal, absolutely brutal. But again, guys, respecting the levels so nicely, this ENJ, respecting the fibs, the horizontals. We had reactions off the MAs as well. So let's see where we are now with ENJ. This is the daily chart. So again, very big picture, but you see we had a massive rejection here off the 786, this 0.28 level. They sent us down, and they sent us down hard. So that was quite a big one to deal with. Now we're trying to break up into this area. So what I would suggest here is we actually need to dial in a bit on this one. Let's pull up an ENJ from a different exchange. Guys, and let us know, are we still enjoying the music? Do we need to change the music? I mean, we had a good run with the previous track. Now we're on this track that Dave picked for us. Dave is working on a few more. So guys, let us know. Do we like the music still? Are you tired of it? Shall we get another one? And don't forget, you're welcome to DM us or send us something or tag us on Twitter. If you're a DJ and you're mixing stuff and you want to hear it in the background while we trade.
Oh, that'd be fun. Yeah.
Yeah, let us know.
That'd be really, really fun. And it's funny because this isn't my kind of music, but I've actually come to almost count on it when I get up, because I just get up right before the show. Count on it to kind of get my motor running. I love it.
Okay, guys, well, let us know if there's any DJs out there. Mix us something. We'll play it in the background. Oh, yeah. One of our big traders that watches us, Thomas, made me a bull song, and I know a lot of you guys haven't heard it. So, Bruce, how many likes do we have here?
We have You did 251, and by the way, I said 250, and we get TOMO. So
okay,
but it's 251.
So,
252.
God, I'm gonna play you Thomas's song that he made me. It's a bit of a rocking song. There's guitars. He made it for the bull run. You know, things are sounding good. So listen, 350 likes. I'm playing Thomas's song that he made for me. If you guys like electric guitar and you like a bull moaning in the background, give us 350 likes. And don't forget to subscribe as well.
Yeah.
Okay. It's coming shortly. Bruce, will you keep an eye on those likes?
I will.
Okay. So back to the charts. This is ENJ. Now I've zoomed in. So again, it's been a tricky one because it's actually bounced quite a bit today. But you can see ENJ, they still play these games. And if you on high leverage and you're trying to trade 15-minute candles and you get caught up in this stuff, you're going to get rinsed all day. So you really need to be careful here, guys. Lower leverage stuff. You know, let's keep it real. 3x, 5x, spot, that sort of stuff, and just play it safe out there. I mean, they're doing candles like this. They're just cleaning up stops, up and down, and bull run or not, you can still get hurt. So you need to be careful here. What I would suggest with ENJ, well, we've got a 15-minute. We do have this trend break now and retest-ish, but it wasn't a very convincing one. I'd say eyes on this resistance zone. Guys, are we playing the bull music or not?
Almost. We're about 305 right now, 307. It's climbing. We're getting there, but
come on, guys.
And you take the mouse.
A bull in the background. I mean, I want to hear that.
Me too.
Okay. So ENJ, we've got resistance here. 0.262 is resistance to watch. It is currently a trend retest. Supports, if you are scalping ENJ, these are your support zones. 2553. These are your areas. 2520. 2485. Those are your areas if you're scalping ENJ. Let's just zoom out again, guys. Remember, always just zoom out. If you get lost in the 15-minute candles, just take a step back to see where we really are, like in reality, and just always look at the bigger picture. Let's get this ENJ up. How's those likes? Are we there yet? Am I playing this bull song or not?
We are at 331. Counting
Guys,
down. Come on.
I've got it. I'm ready to push play. It's called the bull run. He literally made it for me to play when Bitcoin's pumping. So we're going to play it for this pre-weekend move. Okay, so levels for ENJ, I'd say you are safe once it reclaims this area here. That is sort of your safety zone. So you want to make sure we are holding 0.26. So once we're holding 0.26 on the higher time frame, then we can start looking at things like your target at 0.28. Are we there, Bruce?
We did it. 352.
Okay,
we're up. Ready for music.
Okay. I'm playing the bull run from Thomas. I hope Thomas is here today. Is he in the chat? I'm gonna play this, guys. Now let us know, guys. Can you trade with us in the background?
This is my music.
Is this trading music or is this intro music? Okay, let us know. Alex says INJ, not ENJ. Alex, someone else asked for ENJ. So guys, is this trading music or is this intro music? Ooh, we got fans here. Okay, on board. Big the 2 deep south sounds correct. It says this is good for an intro. Intro music, yeah, guys. I think
this is my trading music.
Can you hear that? Fahad likes it as well for an intro. Okay, let's turn it down a little bit and let's get back into let's get the trading beats back on. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, guys, let's do INJ because that thing was ripping earlier today as well. Look at this. Okay, so we were saying for INJ, what did we want? We had this break, we had consolidation. We were saying, let's look for this flag. And what it's done, guys, remember, these things consolidate for a while. And then if you dial in 1 hour, 4 hour, you can see it. They start forming these flags. And what did Injective do? It just ripped. And here it is on the 15 minutes. I was tracking this one earlier today. And yeah, just respecting the fibs again. We had a 382 pullback. Even on the 15 minutes, guys, this stuff works. Okay, so we had the 382 pullback on the 15 minutes, horizontal, tied in, nice little bounce. We've broken trend on INJ, and our target is 14. It's getting locked in right now, so no reason why it shouldn't get to this level unless the wheels are coming off for BTC. And then just zooming out for you one more time, you can see why this is an important area. When you see a cluster like this, guys, this is the two-day chart. You can see this heavy selling in this area. We know that it's a resistance zone. They were selling this in November 21. Okay, it was a long time ago. Expect a fight up here. It's not going to just like, well, I don't want to say not, because this is crypto, but if it does blow up, it's a squeeze. It could come down quite quickly and then retest, and we're going to see the same story we had with things like Link, for example. So just if you are long injective, guys, I strongly suggest you TP or de-risk, take something off the table when it hits the zone. Banter Discord 14 is your alarm. It's going to ping, and that could be a potential short opportunity. I would say my bet is that we get a rejection up there. Probably worth looking for shorts once it gets to this region. So just be careful up there, guys. If you are long, I would strongly suggest some kind of TP zone there for you. You want to take something off the table. It's a major area. Crypto Jam really liked that bull rock. Yeah. Colin says time to milk the bull.
Yep.
Raptors, you want me to wear horns, bro? Okay, Rain wants BNB. I've got BNB, funnily enough. Let's just get through some of the other tokens. Pepe. Let's update Pepe. Guys, so we are still consolidating on Pepe. I think when things get exciting again, people are going to climb in. I see this report here on TradingView. It says Pepe sees 5 million whale transfer. Is a sell-off on the horizon? Okay, so that's interesting information. There's been a transfer of wallets of $5 million worth of Pepe. Is it a sell-off coming? Okay, so just be aware of that. That's a headline to look at. Same story here. We're going to zoom in. And remember, yesterday we were looking at the situation. We were on the 15 minutes, guys. We were saying there's a range play here. These are the levels we're watching. We were watching the 618, and we were watching this range low. We had Pepe in the 15 minutes doing this rangy stuff. And what did it do? It came down, pinged a 382 perfectly, and sent itself off. Even broke through that resistance. And look where it is now. It's pulled back. It's in a tight range, and it's holding this 786. And we're pushing into trend. Now remember, Uncle Bruce just showed you something as well with TRB pushing into trends and things. So it's nearly decision time for Pepe here at this trend. Is it time to move up? Guys, let us know. Are you going to long Pepe here off this trend? Or is this $5 million whale sale going to scare us off? I would think if a whale's going to sell it, they're going to pump the price first, and he's going to sell into that pump. So that is my thoughts behind that. So let's see. Upside targets for Pepe, 14.5. That's your first major region. Okay, let's zoom out and just give you a picture as to what's going on. So this is the 12-hour. You can see why this is the first major region up here. Okay, look for these rejection zones. 0.145, lots of zeros, 145. And then we've got our next area, 189, 190, that sort of region up there. Okay, so guys, you can see we saw it on near. When things hit these horizontals, they tend to reject or react. So just watch that one over there. And support is 115. Remember, that was our big level we had to break. We've been holding it for a few days. Watch that level as your support. Alex, we did do DYDX at the start of the show, so check it out. There are timestamps, so you will be able to get it. Okay, Beth, we're going to do DOT for you. And Iman says he's not happy with the poll because he's saying if too many people are bullish, well, we're going back down. So, that is generally the case, isn't it?
Yeah.
When too many people feel like it's going one way, it generally does the opposite.
Yeah. I mean, the hint, when people start saying Bitcoin to 100,000, that's time to lighten up.
Okay, let's get out the
that last time. By the way, we have we owe them a TOMO because they definitely did the like. So
please,
ready.
Guys, well done. So we got likes for the song. We got likes for Tomo. Give us some Tomo.
Ready? Well, look at big picture. This is kind of a holy cow one for me. So we started trading Tomo down here, right? You can see the laddering up we did, kind of not knowing what Tomo was. One of you guys actually pointed it out to me, and then we range traded Tomo over here, and check it out. It broke out of that range, and I'll come back to what's going on right now. It broke out of that range, and it's kind of in between right now. But if it breaks into that next level, this is what we have in store for us. This has got me pretty darn excited. That, right? Whoop, whoop. I didn't mean to do that. There we go. This is what's in store for us, right? That kind of move is an honest to gosh bull market kind of move that hasn't happened since 2021, right? We're talking about 81%, just right there. So, with that in mind, we're looking to set ourselves up so that when that move does happen, and I'm feeling pretty confident for the first time in a long time that it's going to happen in our lifetime, but we are basically just above that. We broke out of this range very quickly, and we're now into this range right over here. We're up against resistance, so I would be looking for it consolidating over here a little bit. Remember, Tomo doesn't do what everything else does. So I would love to see some consolidation in this range. So a couple longs and shorts, maybe sort of 10, 11, 12% up and down, which is great. But what we're really looking for is setting ourselves up so that one of these times when it pumps up here, and it could do it this time, so I'm not knocking it, that it breaks through that level and goes into some real money-making territory. Right now, it's up against resistance pretty heavily. Let me zoom in just a bit so we can see. And it's also topping off. You see that? I was rounding right there. So here's what we're going to do. I'm not ready for trade on this yet, but right now it made a high. It made a higher high, and it so far has printed a lower high. What do we call that? Head and shoulders, right? So if this starts to reject from here, then I'm going to be taking a short. I'm not ready for it yet, but I'm going to taking a short back down to the bottom of that range. I'll set this up in Discord over the next couple hours, but this could happen over the weekend when things are a little quieter, and it could happen quickly. And then once it comes to the bottom range, we're basically going to farm this. Short, long, and one of these longs is going to turn into that big pump later. So not quite ready yet. I'm going to watch this set of candles right here, and if it doesn't print a higher high pretty quickly, then I'll put this in Discord in the Banter area, and put a trigger on it so that we all know when to get into this short.
Nice, guys. The Tomo King has spoken. We have
Uncle Tomo.
There's questions about CAS. There's a question saying, what's wrong with CAS? Any reason it's not moving? Well, a lot of these tokens have consolidated for a few days. And I'm going to show you this CAS chart now. It's just been chilling. Yeah. Have you got it there, Bruce?
I got it right here, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, CAS has just been chilling in actually quite a good area. It's a trend retest, and I think it was a 382 retest. There is a lower level of interest. But, right now, nothing wrong with a bit of just chill time on things like CAS. It's 5 million% up for the year. Can't be perma up. I know Simon wants it perma up.
Yeah. I mean, wouldn't it be great if this thing came back down, retested that 618 right there, and gathered enough liquidity to take a nice pop? That would be ideal, wouldn't it?
So guys, what I suggest for CAS, put an alarm there on that 618. What is that number there, Bruce?
The number is 0.4835 for the 618. So I'm going to put see these lows right over there. I'm going to put an alarm just right about there, and we'll all get notified. And I'll stick this in Discord today.
Guys, Bitcoin update. We got people asking about Bitcoin. This is us on the 15 minutes. We're just tracking this, guys. Okay, so our fun line is getting further and further away. But remember, we're watching these immediate support areas now. We're watching these levels here. Let's look out for a little fake out lower down. And then we do have wicks where there's a lot that BTC can do here. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they want to come flush out a lot of these longs. Remember, there's going to be longs and stop losses under all these areas. So don't be surprised if they just come and flush and then try and send it higher, and vice versa. If we get an early pump here, also watch out, you know, they might just be coming for the shorters. So let's watch the fun line and keep going. And yeah, we just keep cracking on here, guys. We watch our levels and we play it level by level. Okay, so CAS we've done. Simon says he's got the same alarm on CAS on that 618. So, you know, Simon trades CAS all the time. So he's all over that at that level as well. DOT, there's lots of questions for DOT, guys. Let's look at DOT quickly. Okay, here we go. DOT 382 horizontal. Just like all these other altcoins at the moment, we've seen it all over the place. They're trying to hold this 382, waiting for BTC to decide what's going to happen. If DOT falls over here, guys, we're looking at the 50-day MA, and we're looking at just below that. So we're looking at 4 as the next reaction zone. That's probably also a 0.5 fib over there. Not a fib, just the 0.5. 4. And then we're looking at 3.9. Okay, so these are the main zones for DOT right now. And, you know, if we get a BTC fake out to the downside, they might send these alts lower to these fib levels. And that's where you want to be targeting. So pick the ones you want to watch. If BTC starts dumping on these 15-minute candles and starts looking for these levels a little bit lower down, pick up your favorite alts, get them in front of you, and watch the candles and look for them as they drop into these fib zones. When they drop into these horizontal and fib areas, it's often a case where BTC might be stabilizing at its respective support level. So you could get a move at one of those. So Rain says BNB at the 382. I actually played with BNB today. I was toying with the idea of a BNB long. But I just find it I find it a little bit boring sometimes. BNB never very exciting. Let me show you what I was looking at today. And yeah, render will do render for you, bot. Optimism as well. I think it was optimism was 1.3. I think was my buy area for optimism. Okay, let's see Binance, BNB.
I've got a fun one for you if you want to see something funny from Dr. Crypto.
Okay, cool. Okay, so BNB, guys, looks very similar to XRP. Looks very similar to Litecoin. It looks very similar to DYDX. We've had the same move. Okay, so we've broken resistance. They're trying to hold old resistance as support here at 220. Okay, so call it the 220 region down to 218 is your first sort of support zone. And then we have the 618 and this 50-day MA just bringing it up here. So from 213 to 216 is your next reaction area on downside. But yeah, you can see these alts are trying for us, guys. They really want to give us what we want. They're sitting on these supports, just waiting for BTC to say, okay, let's break this little trend and send it, and then these alts will start pushing after that. Okay, show us what you got there, Bruce.
Okay, this is funny. So how many of you know the words crypto.com, right? They're the big credit, they're an exchange. They've got their own debit card. They advertise ever and their uncle. And so back in 2021, I got their card. In order to get their higher level card, you have to stake some CRO. So for a year, well, I staked CRO somewhere in the probably 49-cent range back in 2021. And of course, right now, price is down over here. I mean, it's really funny. But here's the thing. Who did this? Dr. Crypto just pointed this out. I never bothered unstaking it and just left it there because I use the card all the time. But all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this thing has started growing out of the grass, just like everything else. So in the last couple of days, it took a 16% pump. It blew above the 50-day and the 200-day moving average, and is now broken through this level. Right, it's actually breaking through right up against resistance, right? This level right there. So if this thing breaks above, I mean, it's when prices are really, really cheap like that, even small gains are a very high percentage. So if this thing breaks above, retest right over here, we got ourselves probably a pretty darn big move on that. I would wait because it's not confirmed yet, but I'd wait for it to break above that level, retest it, confirm it, stays as long as it stays above that 200-day moving average over there. You got to the next level. You've probably got a 20-25% move pretty easily. So thanks for pointing that out to me. My staking is going to start being worth something maybe one day.
Yeah, well, I see Crypto Bull sold his for, geez, that looks like a 20x result there.
Yeah.
Maruk uses the card. Okay, nice. So
I use the card all the time. It's a great card, great service.
What's Rodolfo wants to know what your break even is. Well, I mean, if you've been staking it, you've obviously made tons of tokens, right?
Oh, that's it's okay. Don't ask. It's
10 to 0.
Yeah. If I bought some now, I would probably, if I bought like a couple $100 worth of Crow right now, it would probably reduce it down to something reasonable. But oh yeah, no, I don't worry about that. It's just
okay. Yeah, I mean, we're here to have fun, you know.
Yeah,
we lose 90%, we still have fun. Okay, guys, this is Loom on the 4 hour. We've had quite a few requests for Loom, so I just wanted to cover that. Loom was one of these pump and dump situations that we were trading a couple of weeks ago. I mean, we still laughed at this thing. We went, you ride that thing all the way up. I think we tried to short it a few times. I got rinsed trying to short this thing. It still went like another 20% after my first short zone. I mean, look at this thing. So you know what happens here, guys, why these things pump is people get clever and they start trying to short it. I was one of them. Okay, we got to a nice area. Me and Dave, actually, we started shorting this thing, Loom, plus 5,000 other people started shorting it, and it just squeezes up, because when the price is moving up and you have to close your short, you actually have to buy the position back. So it just sends the price higher and higher and higher, but eventually it does collapse, and the last one holding the potato at the top there gets burnt the most. So yeah, just just be careful around these things. That's why when these things go super bullish, it's big risk trying to short them. Okay, so this is Loom on the 4 hour, just classic 382 rejection here, 50-day MA rejection. Okay, so this is clear resistance for us now. We had a little fake out over there. 50-day MA 382. How do you play this now? Probably dial in a little bit. I mean, I don't know if there's any action left in Loom. This was super manipulated. We don't know what they're going to come with next. There was clearly something going on here. Best move, probably just pull out a trend, but you could see right now, if I'm dialing in, this is bear country here until proven otherwise. Let's look for a trend. Okay, so I mean, it could very easily just drift back down to this trend, have another go here, which could open up a short opportunity for you potentially. You're gonna have to watch and see how it reacts through this resistance area now. So let's see if there's a pullback onto this trend and horizontal. This is the 1 hour, so 0.115. Eyes on that trend support, horizontal support. There's probably some fib action in there as well, so look for that. Otherwise, if it starts moving early and this thing wants to pump, for example, then you need to make sure that this old resistance becomes support if you want to be safe. Okay, you want it to pop up, and then you want to see this hold as support here, this 0.122. And when you have that type of confirmation of support, then maybe you could look for that ride up to the 618 at 0.142. What is Starlink, and why is it pumping so hard? Yeah, I know nothing about this Starlink. I think it was some micro cap or some small cap. And yeah, I mean, that thing's just been ripping. I know some of the guys trading it on like 5-minute candles today or something ridiculous. I didn't want to get stuck into that. Sol, did we do Sol, Bruce?
We have not.
I've got my Sol chart here.
Sol.
Okay, so guys, this is just bigger picture overview on what's going on with Solana. And you know, right now for me, it has broken into a nice rangy area. So there's no sort of panic situations here for Sol. I mean, it's actually been running very nicely today, to be fair. And 30 is our level. So, you know, we're watching 30 as our support. Any pullbacks to 30, comfortable. Okay? Anything lower than that, guys, it starts looking messy, because you can see these things can get wiped out quite fast over there. Okay, so let's look for support at 30. Let's buy the support buyers at around 30. We can buy them confidently until proven otherwise. and then maybe that push up to 38. I think that's where the real short's going to be for Sol. Well, I think that's the higher percentage short for Sol. I know Luba's going to love this one.
If we break through this current resistance, there's virtually nothing in the way for a little while up until
yes. So I like the idea of a very fast Sol pump into that region. Let's assume BTC breaks that fun line we were talking about today, and Sol starts ripping. I like the idea of a pump through this area, a little fake out. Let me get my pencil working here. My pencil stopped working. Okay, so I'm looking for a push just past the previous wicks. We want to see them just wick up there and reject, and that should present us with a short opportunity. I really just want my pencil to work, but it's not working on the Solana chart. Okay, right. So we're looking for a move. Let's say we want to wick into 40.5, something like that. Just one final aggressive move, and then that should present us with this nice short. And I'm pretty sure 𝗏𝗏𝗃 is going to be speaking the same language as well. Let's take a look. Well, there's order blocks here on the daily, and 𝗏𝗏𝗃 has printed our second X for this long, guys. So again, it's telling us time to be careful here. Let's make sure
the order block at 38 is really huge.
Yeah. Okay. So guys, we've got so we've given us, they've printed the green long, okay, on 𝗏𝗏𝗃. Second one, they've given us 1X, right, at 30. They're saying there's potentially another X coming. 𝗏𝗏𝗃 doesn't always give 2 or 3 X's, but often it does. So when we get that second X, it's really saying, look, guys, you really need to now calm down with these longs because we might be turning over. So if we do get some kind of violent weekend move where the market starts pumping and BTC moves higher, I'm pretty confident we're going to get a rejection up here, 38, 39. And I think that could be a nice opportunity to get some shorts. Remember, guys, the market's been hot for a couple of weeks now. We'll call it a week. And, you know, people have made a lot of money. And now when this thing starts tipping over, what are they going to do? They're going to start exiting their positions because a lot of this is leverage now. And we've also got a lot of late longers, and they're going to start getting taken out as well. So just be careful now. Any pushes higher is a gift. We're going to TP. We're going to take what they're giving us here, especially on these lower time frame or shorter time frame trades we want to do. Alex says this show is lit. Thanks, bro. Okay, so that's my play for Sol. PYR again, Bruce. Can I do you have PYR?
I can do that because I love PYR. Hold on.
Yeah. Okay. So guys, the gaming stuff's hot. I mean, even Gala was pumping. So let's do PYR. And I know Tim wants Bruce to do Veracity. So I'm going to give you Veracity as well there, Bruce. And then guys, we've got 3 minutes left. Okay. So fire off. I'm going to choose one more. And guys, also let me know if you want me to do a stock chart. Okay. Leave a comment after the show if you want me to do a stock chart, and then I can prep them for you. I normally do the majors, but let us know in the chats what you want from me.
So this is funny. This is a leftover chart I did on an AMA the other day, and sure enough, PYR pumped a little more than I expected, but also sure enough is coming right back to where we expected. So let me draw this properly, because this is a really good token. This is really cool. We are looking at a pretty accelerated trend line right there coming up. Let me zoom out a bit, and let's throw a fib on there. All right, we are looking like 618 horizontal support coming back to the trend line. So all we need to do is just track this puppy right on down to here, and I'm going to put an alarm right below where it is right now a little bit to wake us up, because I would love to see this, depending on what the weekend does, I'd like to see this thing trace back down to at least to the 3.61 area, just above or right around that hold on, let me mark this a little bigger. Come on, right there, that support zone right there. So this area right here to me is ideal, and I'm going to mark this one up for me because I want to get on PYR. The gaming thing is picking up. Looking forward, just picking up a lot of attention right now. So that's the target. Target's going to be right just above the 618, maybe even come down that far, but the conjunction of trend line, support, 3.6-ish, it would be a great entry. I'm excited by that.
And I mean, Bruce, while you're showing me that chart, guys, we're seeing the same picture again and again here.
Over
we see
and
these
over.
pushing down into these support zones, trend zones that are saying to us, these are the areas where we're potentially going to bounce now. These are the high percentage or higher probability bounce areas. So you need to take note of these zones, guys. They're drifting in there. I've got somebody screaming about Doge. I actually thought I did Doge. Okay, so Bruce, you're going to do VRA quickly for us. I'll do Doge. Right, drop a stock in the chat quickly. I'll do a stock for you if you want me to look at it.
All right, go for it, and I'll get VRA veracity.
Okay, so guys, drop a stock there if you want me to look at anything that I haven't touched today. Here's Doge. I think, no session is complete, I suppose, without a look at Doge as well now, considering that Sheldon's also in a Doge long. Let's pay some attention here. Crypto Bull wants the SPY. Yes, we're going to take a look at that. That's perfect. Okay, so Doge, guys, we've lost we lost this region. Okay, so this was a resistance area. We try to break through, clear fake out. Look at this. It came down, closed below, and now it's sending it down. What do we have holding Doge up? Well, right now we've got horizontal, I've got the 200-day MA, and I've got a 382. So this is a strong area for me. So if BTC plays a little bit of ball, maybe a little bit lower, maybe moves down a few $100 more, Doge should hold this area, this 0.068, and then we should get a nice push up back to 0.072. So again, level by level, guys, the next major level for Doge, 0.068. I want to see that hold. If that starts falling over, we're going to have the same result that we had here potentially, and we're going to start looking here, 0.063. Okay, so that's not great. That's going to take us back to Monday. I mean, why do we want to go that far back? That's not fun. So, we want Wednesday. Okay, take us to Wednesday. They mustn't take us to Monday. Okay, guys, there's a lot more questions. I see Alan's here. Alan, what's up, bro? Yes, Bruce is going to do veracity. Alan, the Banter Discord's got render in. I've dropped it in there. So check out the Banter Discord VIPs on Banter Discord. Get those charts. So if you don't have a link, get one of my trading links in the description. Sign up there. That'll give you access on the Banter Discord. Okay, Bruce, give us VRA.
Veracity doing what everything else is doing. A nice pump. It made a series of higher high. At the moment, it's got a head and shoulders right there, right? It kind of started to do a high. It didn't make a higher high yet, but it's coming back right now to the trend line and to the 382. I mean, we're saying the same thing basically over and over again. So if it holds this 382, we can start to see a little bit of pump. It's going to pump right into a little bit of resistance. But if the overall market veracity is going to track the market more than TOMO, for example, but if Bitcoin decides it's going to get bullish, then we can expect it definitely to break through that level up to there. So we're looking at an entry. I'd be patient with it, but an entry of about 0.055-ish right over there to get in, and a target TP of somewhere around 0.063 to the next level. This one actually looks pretty good. One thing I like about it is the stochastic RSI is bottomed over there on the 4-hour. So that's a good hint that this is going to start to pick up right to 382, trend line, support, stochastic oversold. Yeah, looking good.
Bruce, thank you. I've got a question. Steve, MicroStrategy, I actually can't resist. I've never looked at MicroStrategy, and I wanted to actually do this for you. So this is a stock on the NASDAQ. We know that MicroStrategy owns a shit ton of Bitcoin, and it would make sense when the BTC price is pumping that MicroStrategy might start pushing higher. So this is the MicroStrategy weekly chart. Look what it's reacting on. 200-week MA, 50-day MA, and off it goes. So interim target, I would say, for MicroStrategy, and we need BTC to play ball, obviously, is the top of this trend here, and it ties in with the horizontal. So 510 is my target. You can see why I like that region there. We've got the high, and we've got that trend tying in quite nicely. So yeah, MicroStrategy, BTC plays ball here. This is the weekly chart, so it takes time. MicroStrategy 500 to 510 I would say is quite a fair target for MicroStrategy. And then Crypto Bull asked for the S&P. Well, guys, here it is. S&P. And I've started loading up some longs on my Prime XBT. I've bought 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 S&P so far, and I'm exiting under that candle from yesterday. So if it reverses, I'm out, I'm done. And if it starts getting momentum, I'm going to add, and we're going to pump this thing, and maybe we'll make a few dollars there. Okay, so that's everything from me and my side. Let me find my closing screen. And guys, let's summarize this again for you. Watch this BTC fun line for this weekend. We're tracking this 15-minute trend. If we break through that, we could have some action on the weekend with these altcoins. Right now, they're all sitting on supports. Pick your favorites. They're on horizontals. They're on 382s. They're on things like that. So if BTC holds these levels and starts pushing up, we expect these alts should move. And we saw some fireworks already, Render, Injective, Sol, DYDX. They started popping off these areas. Maybe a sign, maybe not. But again, guys, these are big levels. If we lose these levels, risk management, if you are high leverage trading and things like that, you need to start cutting under those areas, because if we start losing those levels, they could just take us down quite hard. So take it easy out there, play safe, and look, go Springboks for the rugby this weekend. It's Saturday, World Cup final. We'll catch you guys. Bruce, thanks so much.
Thanks, everybody.
See you guys later.